here we are with Exalted Demake Storms of Yizhao, Season 3, Episode 2. We are in June 2023, and I'm Peter the Storyteller, and with me we have...
G, playing 1,000 Crimson Calamities, the Daybreak cast Abyssal.
And Brekchen, who's playing Syrah, the Zenith Solar Exalted.
And Siegfried playing Foreclose Abatement, the Full Moon Lunar.
Also gang. So, what happened in the last episode? What's the recap?
Well, we arrived in Yizhao, having heard that they have problems that need fixing. Well, we were invited specifically. And we were offered all kinds of things in order to solve a problem with this First Age artifact called the Altar of Heaven, which is apparently raining punishment down on the town for some unknown crime that is apparently being perpetrated that they apparently cannot root out so far.
We met Sage Faye in the tea house, who shared with us the opinion that the altar was actually not going far enough yet, and we should totally help it along with a little nice artifact that they gave to Calamities. And I think we at first said, yeah, sure, totally.
Well, yeah, 1,000 Crimson Calamities absolutely would do this right now, at least. Because she doesn't really care about the people of the city. And also, I guess we don't really understand what this would even do and how it works, because apparently it would turn most normal people in the city into these so-called upright, who are just weird paragons who follow the tenets, I suppose, of this. I forgot what it's called. Hang on.
The pattern.
Yes, the pattern that the altar enforces, and the upright just follow that unquestioningly, and just as it becomes their basic nature or something.
And coincidentally, there's a massive overlap between the people that would be affected and the people that are not nobles.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely coincidentally.
No. If you're, not Gen Z, then, you're more susceptible to such things.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
The Xiao and the commoners. Yeah. So, you met with Sage Faye. She gave you the river chart. 1,000 Calamities has agreed to fix it, as before, but 4-class abatement took it upon themselves to remove the river chart from the possession of 1,000 Crimson Calamities, and I think we ended up on that. You guys went out to have a nap outside of the city because someone needs to sleep in the grave dirt. And then our Lunar had a vision of what this Altar of Heaven was all about back in the day. It's okay. It is a new day, your second day of investigation. Who would you like to go to? Where would you like to be?
Let's see. The other people we could talk to. One is obviously Prince Xiao, the actual keeper of the altar.
I would be super interested in that one, especially because Sage Faye was so extremely disappointed with the prince.
Yeah. would be interesting to get the other side of the story. Also, I would like to get closer to the altar of heavens so I can put the river chart on it, which I definitely still have on my in my possession.
Yep. Let's go.
I mean, that's easy money, right?
Yeah,
just touch a thing on a different thing and get paid.
Yeah. Use this, problem solver right here. It's like, easy end quest button.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like that quest in Fallout 3. You just have to nuke this town and get paid.
Yeah,
which is definitely the intended way to do it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's nuke this town.
All right. Sierra definitely whistles real quick for her mount and hops onto her big goat.
Yeah. And 1,000 Crimson Calamities emerges from her grave and gets back in the palanquin because walking is for normal people.
I'm back being a cat and sleeping on top of the palanquin.
Nice.
Adorable.
So good. All right.
Definitely the team mascot.
So I suppose we arrange a meeting with the prince. How does that work?
I assume we booked up there.
So. Yeah, pretty much. Like, you tell them that you want to, have a meeting with them, and they'll be there when you get to their district and so on, so on.
All right.
Getting to meeting with a person isn't really the hard part of this adventure. Like, everybody will want to meet you because everybody has plans for you guys.
Nice.
Yay, plans!
That is so helpful.
Yeah.
Don't even need to come up with our own.
Yeah, just, pick an NPC, follow the quest line, and then this whole thing will solve itself. It's easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Just follow the rails, right? No.
Yeah. Who cares, how many people get, about this trolley problem? We got to our station.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, calamities can always get them to get back up and just join the party.
Yes, people are a renewable resource.
Yeah.
Okay, so Prince Xiao is in the Mulberry district, which is one of the districts that is quarantined because it houses the upright. But on the way there, you pass by the docks, and you see some big guy standing there with some smaller child next to him, and he is like, "Hey, would you like to buy my daughter?"
Sure.
Wait,
Excuse me? What? No, wait, that's out of character. No, I'm just blearily look out of my palanquin.
Yeah.
Calamities. Calamities, can I have some money to buy this guy's daughter?
Are we engaging in slave trade now?
Only to free her.
We're freeing everybody anyway when we, fix this thing, right?
Yeah, but what if
Eyes on the prize?
But what if he gets some kind of workaround? I mean, they also claim there weren't any slaves here, and yet look at this.
No, as far as I remember, Governor Wu Jiang said that he doesn't own any slaves, specifically. Not that there aren't any slaves in Yizhao.
Okay.
I'm hissing at the guy.
But this is interesting. How does that interact with the pattern? How does selling your daughter into slavery interact with the pattern?
Well, the children
not well. It's like, okay, sure, the children have to obey the parents, whatever, but you're not being a good parent necessarily for selling them into slavery unless, I know, you have some really good reason for it, but probably it isn't going that well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know why you would want to give a slave trader money, but you can do that with your own cash.
I don't have any cash.
And
I
that's
only
why
have
I
gold.
make the decisions for the both of us, at least the financial one.
I'm the older one. You're supposed to listen to me.
Yeah, according to whatever madman made this altar all way back in the day.
Yeah, also according to our mom. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Do you acknowledge your mother and therefore sin against the Neverborn?
Fuck. Ah, shit. Is that a thing?
Oh my god.
I guess it is. I guess that is technically against the spirit of the thing.
I mean,
Right.
I can
Yeah,
double check.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna say, I have no mother. That part is over.
Okay. Good sir, would you accept a goat?
Oh no.
He looks over the goat. I don't think that they'll take the gold as payment. Do you have any hard currency, some realm script, maybe some silver?
I don't, but like, touch this goat's fur. See how soft it is. That is some amazing goat wool right there. That wool can like earn you money for years to come.
Well,
Come on, touch it, touch it.
No, he reaches over, touches like, oh, this does feel amazing, but I am just a dog porter. I don't think I can farm animals.
Why harm?
Be
You just
halting.
shear it. You
No,
it's like a sheep,
I need to feed it, take care of it. I don't have land to graze it.
It's a goat. You just send it off and it'll get what it finds and it'll come back. Goats can eat literally anything. Once it ate one of Calamity's dresses.
Oh. Well,
It's true.
you could sell it to the market and come back with the money. That would be, I think, the best solution. I'm not a goat expert. I'm not sure how much this goat will be going for.
Oh, for heck's sake, I get the money out and shove it at Sierra.
Sierra takes it like all according to Keikaku and gives it to the man.
Okay, well, thank you. Now, Min, go with them. Okay.
I look at the girl. Like, hey.
Hi. She waves at you.
So, how old is she?
She's like 8 years old.
Oh my
Jesus.
goodness. Hey, kiddo, wanna ride? Have you ever wanted to ride a goat?
Well, I haven't seen a goat before, but now I do.
I take her and gently set her on top of the goat and decide that I will find a better family for her in time.
I turn back into human while still on top of the palanquin and lean over the edge to look down inside at 1,000 Calamities and go, Is your sister actually capable of raising a child?
Well, they say the solar Exalted can do anything.
That's true. Also, Calamities and I had to kind of raise ourselves for most of our life, so it'll be fine.
Okay.
Meanwhile, my creepy eyes are fixed on the man, even as the palanquin starts moving again, and just looking back, hoping to see him get struck down by lightning or something, because, just in case, maybe.
as the palanquin is moving away, I hop down and steal the money back.
Yes, thank you. I was hoping someone would do that.
Okay. Well, he's really fixated the money, so I know. Roll dexterity and larceny at difficulty 8.
Sure. That's
Time for that abatement to come in.
Dex larceny. It's a good old 10 dice.
Man, I bet that guy is just perversely poor. And that's why he did this thing. And now we're going to make it worse.
You could have asked him why he needs the money.
Oh, this is definitely a Hansel and Gretel situation.
I
For
think. Oh, wait, the 1 doesn't count. Cool, I succeed.
How many successes?
1.
One success.
Oh, dang.
Okay, with great struggle, you manage to somehow con this man out of his money that he's like holding in his hand and whatever. Sure, you have acquired a not insubstantial amount of money.
This is going to go into the girls' college fund.
To me.
See,
So, kiddo.
it went to a college fund for his other child, but now it's going to your college fund.
Look,
Mhm.
he engaged in slavery.
Yes.
Anyway,
No.
kiddo, what's your name?
I'm Min.
Min?
Mm.
Oh,
Yes.
cute. Cute as a button, just like you. I grin at her.
Yeah, she grins back. She'll be a perfect
Aw.
feral child with you.
Yeah, I just make sure that Min sits comfortably. I get out some berries for her to eat while we're traveling and basically indicate that I'm ready and willing to keep moving on.
Yes. Let's move on. Let's try not to get stopped by more slave traders.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I have a soft spot for this.
As I get back, I tap Seer on the shoulder. Have you freed her yet?
Oh, yeah. I think I should find someone who can take good care of her. And until then, she'll get some berries and ride my goat and just have a good old time.
Okay. Clamber back up on top of the palanquin and turn back into a cat.
So where did you go, Four Claws?
Meow.
I see cat business. That is very important. I understand fully.
Burglar business.
Cat business.
Well, kind of disappointed we didn't get the guy didn't get to see the guy getting struck by lightning. I guess the altar is busy with worse.
Which is not a good sign.
Yeah,
But also, I'm
Makes
glad
sense,
it
I guess.
didn't. I'm also kind of glad because that would have probably felt really traumatizing for Min over here.
Perhaps.
Okay, so you guys continue on and to go to the Mulberry district. The
Yes.
doors to that district are closed. There are some guards outside, and they explain that the place is quarantine. It's full of upright. It would be best if you didn't go there by yourself, especially with goats and zombies and so on. They offer you closed palanquins or to take your palanquin and carry it for you, not to upset the locals.
My goat
I mean-
would upset the locals?
Well, if you make mess on the road, then you have to clean up after it. If you didn't clean it up in the fast enough way, they get upset because you're stopping traffic and so on and so on. They're very
sure.
uptight.
Oh, sure. Just 'cause it's a goat, it's supposed to be dirty. Did you hear that, goatee?
Ah,
Wow. I
Right.
cannot believe this.
I mean, I have been moving my zombies all over town, and people have gotten quite upset. Why does this suddenly matter?
because the upright aren't normal people. They can't stand anything that's upsetting to the pattern around them. And zombies are like an affront to nature, from what I've been hearing.
No,
It's
yes, I
super
mean,
rude.
I understand that they see it that way, but again, what is so bad about upsetting the upright?
Because if you upset them, they'll demand justice and they'll be clamoring for it. And if you're not punished according to your transgression, they will take matters into their own hands and they won't be satisfied till justice is served.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
do not
mobs.
get cowed like regular people do. Interesting.
They form an angry mob, I understand from this.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really hard to satisfy them if you're not following the laws strictly and with great gusto and what have you.
Okay, now explain how a goat upsets the pattern.
Well, code by itself isn't upsetting the pattern as long as it's kept well and doesn't cause trouble. Like some gods would nibble someone's clothes, which means that you assaulted the person, which means like 100 lashes and what have you, and so on and so on.
Well, I suppose in the name of democracy, I can leave my retinue behind for a bit.
Yeah, we have stables for the god. We'll keep it nice and fed and waiting for you to come back.
Fine. But I want a palanquin for Min and me.
Sure, we have spare palanquin ready for visitors.
Good.
Any other? Probably not. Go on.
I take Min off the goat and also take off a little like sack with rations, which are mostly like berries and fruit that I collected in the forest. So I have some snacks for the little one.
Yeah, Min is grateful. She doesn't look like famished or anything. She's been well taken care of. She wasn't like slave before, and so on, so on. So yeah, she's a normal child with a healthy appetite.
Yeah,
makes sense. Well then, I tell the zombies to like get to the side of the road and just stay there and not eat anybody.
Yeah, they follow your orders, and yeah, so,
they're very
load up.
They're very good at following orders, especially if the orders are easy.
Not do anything. Gotcha, boss. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you get loaded with 2 pumpkins. The one that they take in probably is not as ostentatious as the Thousand Calamities one, but still nice and prim and proper. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you go into the Mulberg district. The pumpkins are they have coverings in the windows, but there's nothing stopping you from peeking. Does anyone want to look outside?
I mean, I'm still on top of one of them, so I'm looking around.
Okay, so what you see is like a district of Yizhao. So you still have your wooden buildings, you still have your dirt roads, and so on and so on. This place isn't richer than the other district, isn't anything out of the ordinary in the city, but everything here is nice and prim and proper and clean and taken care of. So there's a lot more effort put into keeping this place. Pretty much, it looks like an idyllic city life, something you'd see in one of those large scroll paintings of someone capturing, the spirit of the city, or what have you. You see your merchant bustling about, hugging their wares, doing bidding with people, haggling. You see normal people walking about, moving their goods around, what have you. Everyone seems to have a purpose to them. Everyone, looks like a proper, person from the town. You don't see anyone begging on the streets. You don't see anyone that looks like homeless. You don't see anyone that looks like they're dirty or what have you. They couldn't take care of themselves. Everyone is also of the local Ren race or what have you, which is like the more Chinese looking ones. You don't see any like other races around. And yeah, everyone's also speaking in a strange tongue that seems rather old and ancient. It's closer to like old realm, high realm thing than like the local lower dialects and what have you.
So do I understand that? I do know Old Realm, and I generally know the languages of this direction.
Yeah, so you would understand them. Maybe you haven't encountered this specific language, but it's very close to the language that you understand it. So yeah,
all right.
Normal city business stuff. There's nothing out of ordinary. There's nothing magical about it. Just city life, but like captured in time from like thousands of years ago, pretty much. And everything, everybody seems to be like following on like some kind of like beats and patterns. Like this whole place has a rhythm to it that's, maybe a little bit hard to notice, but definitely there's something underlying here. And any questions?
I think I'll save them when for when we meet Zhao.
I do wonder about one thing. What are the facial expressions of people?
Well, most of them are content. Like some of them are happy. Like, oh yeah, there are some people that they are enjoying, the teas. They're happily gossiping, what have you. Like everyone here is happier than the outside, but it's not like plastered, ear to ear smiles or anything. It's just normal city life. Yeah, you have people that are like hocking their wares. They're more focused on their work and what have you. There isn't anyone that's sad here. There isn't anyone that's, in pain, or there's visible pain, or what have you. People are happy here.
It's like real life realm propaganda.
Yeah, it's very Stafford.
Yep, pretty much. Like if you grew up in the realm, this would be the kind of like parchments you'd hang on wall. Like, oh yeah, this is what the city looks like, as made by like some idealized artist, what have you, and so on. Mm-hmm. This is pretty much spitting perfect image.
What the world would be like without solars written under it.
Yeah, very much.
Cool. All right. Very scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you don't have any other questions, then your palanquin eventually makes its way to something that looks like a small palace. It's like a bit more impressive than the other buildings you've seen so far in Yizhao, but it's not like anything as ostentatious as you'd see in the realm. It's made by like red bricks and what have you. Everything's has better materials to it, some decorations. It looks nice and fancy. It has big metal gates to it. You come in, they close the gates, and they let you out of your palanquin.
Excellent.
Very pretty.
Well, very, very strange stuff out there.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Seems like these people are dead in every way except the one that matters.
And you want to make more of those?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter to us now, does it?
Like, kinda does. They're still people, you know?
Yes, but they are living people. That is not my what's the word? That is not my department.
Yeah.
We're at the
but-
altar, right?
You are in a palace inside of Mulberry District. The altar is somewhere else in this district. If you wanted, you could have asked the Palanquin Bears to take you to the altar. That's a separate destination here.
No.
Okay.
Fine.
Maybe we can go there with the prince, or after talking to we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, you definitely feel its influence, just like in the Governor's Palace in here. Yeah, you're much closer to its source. Okay. So, yeah, meet you with the prince. Sure. Let me take a bit of pause. And we're back. Okay, so yeah, you go into the audience meeting chamber or what have you, and yeah, it looks like in the realm you you have guests, so you have a guest room, you have some dining halls, what have you. It's like more of a lounging room, I guess. There's some tables, there are loungers, you see some hookah, whatever in the middle of it, some nice pillows, what have you. Everything's nice and soft. I mean, the guests, and in between all of that, you see some younger looking man that's a little bit on the thinner side, a little bit more delicate. He's wearing nice silky red robes and what have you, nicely ornamented and what have you. It has some insignia you've seen in this general area that's denotes him as being of the royal family, of the regent's family and what have you. And yeah, he greets you oh, hello, who might you be?
Do I see any aspect markings on him?
Sure, you see some distinct fire aspect markings. Yeah, he definitely is of a higher breeding.
So fire red eyes or something.
Something like that. Yeah. He's got red hair maybe, or
yeah, that works.
Lash off to him, yeah. So yeah.
Cute.
Who wants to take this?
I'm still a cat, and I'm getting men to carry me and cuddle me.
No.
All right. Then I guess I'll go. No, you. All right, go ahead.
No. You're the better one with words. I'll back you up, and I give the prince the most winning grin I can muster while presenting my sister.
Yes, death approaches. That was in character, by the way.
The drama.
Remind, do you have those what do you call it, the accoutrements of the dead or something? Do you look
yeah.
Very abyssal?
Right. So my shadows of death, one of them is, well, might be. It depends on if there are windows in this room. There are always carrion birds, ravens, crows, vultures and stuff. They just flock after me. They tend to land en masse wherever I go. Bit of the bird situation. And the other one is just an air of melancholy that follows me around. It's just it kind of hits you like a truck first time you meet me.
Yeah, well, there are some in this place, but they are close. Yeah, you see your carriers just pecking at the glass, trying to get in a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. How about like the sunlight was like coming in through the windows, and now it just gets a little bit darker with all the birds landing on the windowsills.
Yeah. The shapes moving the sunbeams. Okay. Like, oh, nice to meet you, Dev. And who might you be?
I am Thousand Crimson Calamities. This is Sira. And this is for clause abatement. And we are
this is
here to
Min.
solve a problem. Oh,
Hi.
right. Min is here.
Yeah. You wait with earlier. Oh, you look like a bunch of adventurers. That's so fun. I'm Prince Yizhao, and what may I do for you? Would you like to have a lounge? Would you like to have some hookahs or tea or what have you? He invites you over to lounge in his loungers.
Some nice cold juice for Min over here, for sure.
Sure. Like he nods over to some servant, and they walk off to shave some ice and make some nice drink.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I suppose I will take tea.
I just immediately get distracted by following that servant to the shaved ice and start like, oh, do you have plum juice? I've got such a craving for plum juice. Can you get us 2 plum juices?
I do believe we have some plans. We can squeeze it up for you.
Perfect.
Yeah, they'll prepare like whatever you need. Yeah, so there's some tea brewing. There's some juices with shaved ice in it. Does the cat say anything?
I'll try to steal some of the shaved ice.
Good, very good.
Got some goat's milk for you.
Let us get to business. What exactly is your position here?
Well, I'm the local prince taking care of the altar of heaven. I'm the caretaker of it. Pretty much the altar itself requires some regular sorceress upkeep, and it has to be performed by the members of the region bloodline. So I'm that guy. He finger guns towards you.
This is not at all what I expected.
I reflexively finger gun back.
I raise an eyebrow at the finger gun.
I finger gun at Calamities.
Oh, it's something they do in Nexus. I think that's like flame peace, salute something. I'm a fan of adventures for Nexus. Would you like to see some dreams opals? He takes out a small tray of weird looking rocks, some things moving inside of them.
Have I heard of this before? Should I roll occult for that?
How much occult do you have?
5.
Of dream opals. Pretty much there are sorcerous ways of people engraving and coding their dreams or some memories of themselves into some special opals that mostly are imported from gem, just the highest quality ones. Mm-hmm. And they let you relieve those dreams, memories, whatever, and also to other people. It's if you were in a great battle, you can take that memory, record it for other people, and then let them experience it from your perspective, and what have you.
They're beetle chips.
What?
Shadowrun thing.
Yeah, like SimSense chips. Yeah. So I assume these are rare and expensive.
They're definitely a higher rung of society entertainment. You wouldn't see like common people do it, but they're not obnoxiously expensive. They're not like magical material stuff and so on. So on.
Yeah.
Definitely like, resources 3+ as far as I remember. So like, yeah.
All right, yeah. So the kind of thing that you pay with jade, and not the kind of thing you pay in orichalcum. Got it.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Well, interesting, but for now, I would like to concentrate on the matter at hand.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he puts it away solemnly. So, what can I help you with?
Are we investigating the whole altar thing?
Yes.
What about the altar?
I don't know if you've noticed, but outside of the Mulberry district, people are getting lightninged left and right. It seems as if the pattern is going a bit haywire recently.
Yeah. I mean, we took it that here as well. It's not exclusive to the outside of the district, but yeah, I have noticed that, yes, we have had the storms go on here for the last couple months, if not a year. So, what would you like to know about it?
Well, why do you think it's happening?
Well, the prime problem we have on our hands, of course, the altar's operating. If the altar wasn't here, then we wouldn't have these storms now, would we?
Interesting take from its caretaker.
Well, just because I have my duties doesn't mean I can't think that they shouldn't be performed or that, this practice shouldn't be abolished.
I appreciate you. Even though you're a prince, I am actually really struggling with the cognitive dissonance right now.
Well, I'm prince by birth, not by choice. I'd rather much be an adventurer in Nexus, but, well, I don't think I could run away from here. There's too many guards around and too many people that know my face.
I mean, with my help, you could.
Oh, you do that for me?
I mean, yes, I would. Syrah gets all fired up about the idea.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We are still, trying to understand what's happening here.
Okay, yeah, we have to solve the case first, but after that...
I mean, if you want, there is a ritual you can perform to just blow up the altar and save yourself the hassle.
Meow?
I quickly pet the cat to soothe him.
He was excited. I'm interested in this.
Okay, I get you. I see you. Syrah is definitely doing this little V towards her eyes and then towards you and then a little nod yeah, get it. We get each other.
And why have you not done this already?
Well, the ritual itself takes about 10 minutes to perform, and there are so many guards and upright around the altar itself that I couldn't perform it uninterrupted. So, yes, that's the main reason why I couldn't do it.
I see. They would know what you are up to. I see.
Pretty much immediately be stopped.
Well, interesting. Why don't you tell us a little bit more of why you think this is a good idea?
Well, I think it's a good idea because the altar itself just brings misery onto this place. I know the governor will say that it's protecting the Yizhao from the ragtime threat, but I don't think ragtimes are that much of a threat. They're not what they used to be thousands of years ago. They're mostly center themselves these days. They rarely raid outwards, and I don't think we need this kind of protection, especially at this price we're paying for it.
Quick out of character question. Can you refresh me on the Raktain real quick?
Okay. So you have the Regency of Dolombai, which is the kingdom you're in, and next to it is the Raktain Confederacy, which is one of the 100 kingdoms as well, and it is ruled by the Rakshasa, the fair folk. And they have been quote unquote at war with this area for a long while. They sometimes raid, capture people, what have you. And Yizhao is the border town that is right next to the Raktain Confederacy. And the governor, Jiang, pretty much said that the altar is protecting you from their threat because it's stopping such lesser magics from taking hold.
That's why the Banner district is so full of soldiers, I guess.
I mean,
it's a military town.
Wasn't there also a thing about some minor magic around us not quite working right? Something like that?
Yeah, it's definitely like a lot of your minor magic is muted. A lot of even your charms are harder to perform because of the altar itself. So it's harder for you to influence it. You would also have problems on the sorcery if you'd be doing sorcerer's workings and similar large-scale changes. Which means that, this place for the fight, I know, Russians are trying to turn this place into border marches, what have you, trying to erode the reality, perform their weird charms and magics and what have you. And Yizhao is a border town. It has some military garrison, maybe not enough to hold a active front line, but definitely enough to protect itself. It has strong walls, and also is known for its ironworks. So you probably have a good deal of cold iron now that you think about it.
Yeah. If they're actually making iron weapons. Who does that except people who need to fight fate?
Well, they do all sorts of iron stuff, but if needed be, they could make a lot of iron weapons really fast because they have a lot of iron churning for the mines and what have you.
Yeah. I mean, also, it's already super useful to just have some amulets of iron.
Yeah, definitely. Now that you think about it, a lot of the guards had that, even if it was just nominal, amount, some trinkets, what have you, a little bit of cold iron here and there.
Yeah, it's definitely smart to have if you're close to Fae.
Yeah.
Well, I would certainly like to have a look at the altar myself. Could that be arranged?
Yeah, yes, definitely. The Palanquin bearers could take you to the altar if needed.
You're not coming along?
If you want me to come along, I can.
Yeah, sure, why not?
That might be interesting.
I hold out a hand to help him up to come along with us.
But do we have to? I mean, I guess we could talk a long way and there. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense.
Like business and pleasure together. Didn't you say something about that being a good thing at some point, Calamities?
Then again, we probably can't speak as privately there as we can here, right? Because of all the guards.
I mean, yes, definitely. If you're out in the open, people might overhear it. Versus here, you have just regular servants, not uprights.
Yes. So maybe we'll stay a little while longer. See if we can ask some hard-hitting questions that might otherwise be a problem.
Min isn't done with her plum juice anyways. I pat her head.
What can you tell us about the upright?
Well,
we've already heard the basics. They are apparently forced by the altar to maintain the pattern, and they essentially do this as second nature, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is like they're the unfortunate victims of the altar. One of its functions is to correct problematic people and make them the proper, upright citizens, and this is the result of that. So they're the Xiaoren that just happened to be turned, and I don't think there's any way of helping them from this state. This is their lot in life now. And, I mean, what you see is what you get. Citizens that are perfectly loyal to the pattern.
So we have been told that they get quite upset by violations of the pattern. How does that manifest?
Well, they're very righteous individuals, and if you don't punish any transgressions accordingly, they'll, make a big stink out of it. They'll get rowdy until the punishment is taken care of, or they'll take it upon themselves if needed be. So, it's like an angry mob that's very righteous.
So they're basically Karens.
Does the cat speak?
No, I'm just putting it out of character.
Right. Well,
if they catch someone stealing, then either some official comes in and chops their hand off, or they'll rip it out themselves.
Sheesh. It sounds absolutely horrifying.
I mean, justice must be served.
Well, yeah, but not like that.
Is this justice?
I haven't seen any upright express anything but the perfect adherence to the laws as ordained by the true kings. So yes, this isn't malicious of them. This isn't vengeful. This is them following the laws. This is them following the orders.
Can the laws be
this is
altered?
justice. I mean, I don't think you can change the pattern. It's been written down in stone for thousands of years, but maybe you could try changing how the altar interprets those laws, or what have you. This seems to be way above my pay grade. I'm here to upkeep it. I'm not as smart as the true king that forged it with his own hands.
Oh,
this is interesting, though.
Put yourself down.
Sira, he is.
Too late. Sira is already reaching across the aisle and taking his hands in hers and going like, "Hey, don't put yourself down. You've already brought up some very interesting ideas today, and it's clear that you do your best to think for yourself. So, have some faith in yourself."
Oh, thank you.
She squeezes his hand briefly, smiles, and settles back again.
Goodness me! You should totally roll something to inspire an emotion in him. You should
I would love to, but what? GM, what could I roll?
I don't know. What do you have?
I have presents. I have 3 presents.
Inspiration. Let's see. What the heck is this roll?
I think it can be just about anything. I think the question is more, what was this approach?
Yeah. You probably inspire him to believe in himself, to create a temporary intimacy. Let's see. Yeah, I think the difficulty is his resolve. Let me grab that. Where do we have that sheet? Let's be here. Those NPCs. I have 3 different documents for this game.
Oh dear.
It's not
So that's
easy
probably
being here.
presence. And then the question is, which attribute is this? Which I guess depends on
Charisma.
how sincere you are.
Yeah, I am 100% sincere about this.
Well then,
So
then it's probably
charisma and empathy, because you focus on the emotions, I guess.
Okay.
And
I suppose.
your difficulty is 5, because his result is 5.
Does it? Wait.
You're not persuading him to give something. You're just inspiring him. And then
Yeah. Does it go in accordance to one of his intimacy or his nature?
I don't think that matters for creating an intimacy.
Yeah, I don't think that matters for inspiration.
It's in the section that defines what the roles are, and inspiration doesn't actually say anything about what you roll.
Yeah, because I think in general, like it just matters what your approach is. That determines what you actually roll for it.
Yeah. So roll empathy against difficulty 5.
Okay. God, how does this roll thing look again?
Slash roll.
Yeah, slash roll 60-10? Is that correct?
No, slash roll 6, and the slash roll tab. You will have dice pool box. Put 6 in there, and then tab in the difficulty. Put 5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's automatically.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry that I keep
really
forgetting.
cool.
It's I'm not a smart man. Listen to me.
That is true.
Such alien tech.
Well,
here we go.
5 successes. Okay.
Nice.
So, what kind of intimacy did you want to impart on him? To believe himself?
To put effort, or like, yeah, to basically put effort and faith in his thinking about this. Like, I want him to actually think of more solutions and have more faith in the solutions he thinks of. So I guess the intimacy would be like solution-oriented thinking or something like that. Because before this, he was just very defeatist about this. Like, yeah, here's the problem. I don't know what to do about it.
Or maybe it could be like, trust your own expertise. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe that.
Okay.
I feel that would work as intimacy.
Yeah.
Okay. Trust your own expertise. Sounds good to me. So, what else would you like to ask this person?
So, what do you think could be done about the current laws, aside from destroying the altar?
Well, if you'd find some master artificer, someone that's skilled in first age technology, they might be able to convince the altar to change its laws. Probably, yeah. I think that's doable. It would really have to be someone very talented.
See, now we're from impossible
like
to improbable.
Well, so do we know who made this thing? Who were these? What did you call them? These true kings?
The true king, and I guess you're gonna roll intelligence and lore if you'd like. A difficulty, let's say 8.
Was that 8?
Yeah.
8. All right. Intelligence plus lore. Wow, my lore is less than I thought it would be. But hey, that's still a dice pool of 7.
I'm gonna roll 2 just for the shits and the giggles.
Oh wait, against 8, you say?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I'm gonna fire up the excellency for this one.
do it.
Wait, is that also more expensive here because of the altar?
Yes, if you're spending assets, you're spending extra assets.
Oof.
Look at the successful kitty.
That would mean I would start to flare. I don't
You can
I don't
take
think I
your
want
time.
to.
It's like you only flare if you spend that much assets in a single turn, but you have time. You can spend 2 turns, channeling that. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that that's an option if you can technically spend it all in one go. But hey, that's good to know. But then on the other hand, I am pretty new to this. I might flare anyway, involuntarily.
in general, like for example, if you can't power a charm in one turn because it costs too much essence, that doesn't mean you can't use the charm. It means you're spending more than one turn powering this charm. So this will be similar. Like you're using your essence per turn that is muted, and just takes you a longer while. So in combat, that will be important. Or like if you're under time pressure. This casual.
But I just remembered my mode pool is actually pretty small.
You'll be fine.
I'm gonna do it. No, it's fine. I can do this without cheating.
Yeah, you can do this.
Yeah. Let's see, 7 versus 8. So the 1 doesn't count. Wait, fuck, that's still a botch. That's still a botch. Never mind.
And the cat above it. This is so good.
Okay. Let's see. What would be the best way to put this? Okay, so first, 4 class abatement. You had this vision before, you remember now it more vividly, maybe you get a little small flashback. The True King was a solar twilight that decided to have their own kingdom of Ren, I believe it was called back in the day. And he made this kind of altar as an artifact, warmint, what have you. He made like multiple of these. You remember their like visage, like how they looked, and they walk around like dressed in gold or what have you, and laying down the laws upon themselves. What does our 1,000 Crimson Calamities remember with the botch about the True King?
Probably some kind of like Death Lord propaganda. What would the Death Lord say about this sort of thing?
Which Death Lord do you serve?
The Dowager.
The Dowager.
She's crazy.
Well, maybe the Dowager told you that, they used to be, the ruler of this place. It was them, back when they were still mortal. They set this, place forward. Didn't explain exactly the details of what they were before the Death Lord, but...
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I know her.
Okay, so you were asking the prince about what do you know about the True King?
Yes.
Right. So he tells you that, the True King is like a figure of legend. They founded this region, the Lumbine Regency, and set forth the laws to be followed by everybody as the proper moral way of doing things.
I'm gonna play the Death Lord thing close to my chest, so I just say, So one of the solar exalted then.
Meow.
I mean, there's definitely been some rumors of such things, but the rise of the Scarlet Empress and the Shogun and what have you, such things are very uncomfortable to talk about. So I wouldn't, think that well, there might be some truth to that rumor, but nobody knows really these days.
Sure. Well, in that case, it is most likely a work of celestial circle magic, and I do not think that we have the skill to make alterations to that. But I will have a look at it nonetheless.
Yes, please. We need to consider any angle we can.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well.
Okay, would you like to go there now?
Meow.
Right, I think there's one more question that I'd like to ask. I'm going to say, beautiful Sage Faye says she wants to make more upright.
Oh, she would, wouldn't she? He looks so defeated at this. Yeah, she approached me a while back saying that she has a solution to the problem of the storms, and what she came up with is just awful. Like, no, none of that. That just
Yes, but could it perhaps solve the problem? I mean, whoever is messing up the pattern would most likely be stricken by this repercussion, correct?
I mean,
it should solve it, no?
I mean, in theory, yes, it will be possible that would solve the problem, but so just, setting this whole town ablaze and killing everybody in it, just because you can solve this problem this way doesn't mean you should.
Oh, these are not entirely the same thing. These people will still be alive, regrettably.
I mean...
You know what? You make a good point. Perhaps we should set this place on fire.
Calamities? No. We've talked about setting towns on fire. We agreed on no.
Okay, when it says we should set this town on fire, the cat jumps from Min's arms to Calamity and kind of does a pose lap.
This is the best. Thank you,
unbelievable.
I guess for 4-class stuff, I think you're only really opposed to the altar itself, not to the city that was built around it later. This isn't like the original city here, so...
I'm opposed to the altar, and breaking it or repurposing it would both work for me.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I suppose I did. I suppose I did agree not to do unnecessary murders.
Yes, thank you.
I'm just saying they would probably be much better off dead.
I mean, in your opinion, but they might not agree, Calamities. But everyone wants to be dead.
Children disagree with things that are good for them all the time.
Min didn't disagree with the plum juice, and it's very good for her, right, Min?
If you say so, Mother.
Aww, that's so cute. I pet her head.
This is gonna be a problem. Anyway, yes, let's go see the altar, I suppose. I was really hoping for him to give me a reason for why it actually wouldn't work to turn everybody into upright.
I mean, he understands kind of what the Richard does. It's probably, the plan that she put forward would work, but he would hate it to go forward. It would be like anathema to what he believes in.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But, he's not like, delusional enough to think like, no, this wouldn't work. Like, no, it probably wouldn't work. Shit.
Just like it would probably also work to destroy the altar, but also might have some consequences and some people here don't want.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, let's have a look at that old ass thing.
Okay, yeah, we can go. Well, maybe not now. He looks over at like some sort of awkward contraption as it strikes noon, and some things are about to happen. But let's pause for a second. And we're back. So, as the mechanical clocks, yes, meow. As the mechanical clocks strikes noon, the prince invites you to like a higher floor where there's a nice big window that like has a big shade over it as well. It's overlooking the city and what have you, and you see something strange happen with like within like 2-3 minutes, the sky goes from like normal blue, some light clouds to be covered by black, thick, stormy clouds. And then the storm started, with the lightning just starting to strike at the city and its surroundings over and over and over again. And also big balls of hail start coming down, with eyes just peppering this whole area down. Let's react to anything. Do you have any questions?
Is that one of the famous storms of Yizhao?
Yes. I mean, this is what the altar is causing. It says the noise of the hail hitting those cobbled roofs or whatever, shingles, whatever, you start to get like roaring and deafening, and the lightning just strikes over and over, just, interrupt your sentences and what have you. Yeah, these are the storms of Yizhao. This is the punishment of the true king.
Even here among the upright?
This whole city, the altar thinks this whole city is complacent in the sins of whoever's doing this. So yes, everybody here is punished for this transgression.
Huh.
Well, I'll have to say, now I feel like the best course of action is just to leave things as they are, because for this is storm, you are not prepared for the kinds of storms we have down in the underworld.
Well,
I mean, this is basically Tuesday in some places.
Calamities, stop bragging. I gently pull Min into my lap so that I can protect her better if any of that hail should damage a window or something like that.
well, this whole area has like an overhang above it, and it's like quite generous. They probably have like changed something, like modified it, so it's like, it's very protected against this. So yeah, you're in no danger of being hit here.
I'm still extra careful because it's one of my intimacies.
Yeah. Sure, Dick. Yeah, this thing just continues on. Okay, so yeah, this thing just continues on. We can hear you, Chen.
Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I thought I muted myself.
First trumpet and then cat. So worth it. So yeah, this kind of show continues. Like minutes drag on to like an hour, 2, 3. And yeah, around the 3-hour mark, the storm just as suddenly as suddenly it just stops. All the clouds part, the lightning stops, the hail stops, and you're back to the clear sky that it was. Well, I guess now we can go see the altar.
Well, let's take that chance.
I mean, those storms work like clockwork, so we're fine for the next 7 days.
Right.
That's interesting. So, like, what if you would just kind of evacuate the town for a storm?
I mean, they didn't used to be this long. It started to get longer and longer with each passing week. So eventually, this place will become unlivable if you try doing something like that.
Also, you need to understand that sorcery is usually not that easily outmaneuvered. It tends to find ways around simple measures to avoid it. I mean, it depends on the sorcerer's working, but if the intent is punishment, then just moving everybody out of the city might just make it worse.
The altar only punishes what it sees, and its vision is about 3 miles around the city. So you could evacuate the area, and then probably things would stop for a bit until people would come back, and then there'll be more problems again. So this will be just a temporary solution to a longer problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well then, let us be off.
So yeah, you get back to your palanquins. The prince comes with you because you invited them. Does anyone want the prince to ride in their palanquin, or should he be taking his own?
I'd love to take him into my palanquin. That sounds very weird.
Sure thing. He can ride with Sarah and Min.
Does the prince have long hair?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's definitely got that dynast look to him.
Can Min and I braid it while he's riding in our palanquin?
Well, around the other people, he said that would be improper, but when you're in the palanquin, he goes like, yes, sure.
Hell yeah. You take this side, I take this side.
Yeah. They don't even let me change my outfits and have everything selected for me. This is like a gilded cage I'm living in.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be able to relate to that. We were like orphans growing up on the street when we were young. But I am sure the gilded cages are not much more fun.
Oh,
more stable.
So you had the... That's right, Kitty.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why she's yelling at me like this right now.
So he goes like, oh, so you had the fabled adventurer, upbringing. It's like, oh, yes, the downtrodden, the street urchin that got to be a hero. That's so amazing.
I mean, yeah, if you grow up on the street, you see sooner or later how many people are in the same boat as you, Everyone suffers from the same cruelties from above. So we were some of those who raised their voices and rose up to put an end to that and to bring more equality to everyone.
The down low going up against the unjust ruling class. That's so amazing. I've heard so many stories like that from Nexus and what have you.
No, you can be part of that. I still have contacts in our old revolutionary group, so.
I mean, it wouldn't be the same. I am part of the system, so I can't have that story. Now, can I?
Well, you can't have it from below, but it's just as valuable if people from above realize that, the system is not great. As you said, you were born into this. You didn't choose to be a prince.
I suppose there are some stories of the just rulers fighting against the unjust system and what have you, but they are not as glamorous. I guess I could play that part. You pretty much you try viewing your entire life through the lens of fable stories and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's so sheltered.
What a guy.
Well, I mean, stories are kind of everywhere. Yours may not be glamorous, but most of them aren't, and that doesn't make them any less valuable. I smile at Min and pet her hair real quick.
She smiles back. Okay, so yeah, the palanquins make their way. If you look out, you see that there's still that hail melting in the streets. People are in the district are cleaning up. They're fixing up the roofs pretty much straight up after the storm has passed. And yeah, even like an hour or two, maybe you'll just have the damp roads. The evidence of what happened here, and not much else. Yeah, you move around the Mulberry district. Eventually, you come to a park that's also being vigorously cleaned from all the branches that have fallen off, what have you. And yeah, in there you see this pillar of golden orichalcum just gleaming in the sunlight. It's like on some like raised platforms, like multiple levels of steps up to get it where you are. And yeah, around it there are multiple guards just standing at attention and some nice ceremonial garbs and have you. Yeah, if anyone wants to look closer at the altar to figure something else out, just let me know.
Yeah. I'm gonna get out of the palanquin and just I'm just gonna stand there for a moment, just looking at it, and then I'm going to say, "Is that thing made of solid orichalcum?"
Calamity's just beginning to tremble.
I hop off the palanquin and go up to the altar and start looking around, sniffing at things, poking things.
Well, there is like a fence around it as well. It's like dense enough that you can't pass it even as a cat. And yeah, it's like the last couple meters pretty much from there. Yeah. Other than that, the prince also exits Palanquin and he says to Thousand Calamities, well, it's not solid. There are many parts in it, but all the parts are made of orichalcum or their magical materials. It is a very intricate clockwork of the first age.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
I go
look
closer.
at it. Yeah, as you look at it closely, it does have some more definition to it. There's like texture to it. It's made of individual parts that come together to form this pillar. So it's like very intricately made to fit together. And yeah, if anyone wants to have some roll, like perception occult, let's say, you can roll up 47.
I'd love me some perception stuff. But I don't have occult.
Just looking up something real quick.
Perception, occult. Sure, I will be rolling that.
No, that's not the one. Dang it.
Charms.
Murder Tracing Eye, was that the one? Right. Ah, yeah. Okay, so that... Oh, wait, that also costs modes. God damn. Okay, I guess I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Fine. I just have a good
What did
look
you
at
want to
this
do?
one. Well, with murder tracing eye, I can do a whole scene of investigation in the blink of an eye, so I could just be done really quickly. But yeah, not while this thing is fucking with my magic, I guess. What's the difficulty? 7. You know what? I am gonna fire up the excellency for this one. Oops.
Not one success. What does everybody else get? 3 successes for us, Abyssal.
Oh yeah, the ones don't count for me. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Okay. And Shen, you're rolling as well?
Shen, are you rolling perception occult?
I can't. I have no occult.
Then you
can
just
still roll
perception.
at just perception.
Okay. Perception 3. All right. Difficulty is 7? 7.
Yes.
Yeah, 7.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, what people generally notice that this is a first age type artifact that's sitting here. It is adorned with like some very intricate old realm writing glyphs all over its outside, so like gently lighting up like a different hue of gold every now and then. It seems that it's like active processing, what have you. It's also tied to the local manse, because you also like feel that kind of energy in this area, that this is a really powerful nexus of power that's possibly being fed from multiple other sources as well. So this is some really high-end manufacturing, like something that you'd be really hard pressed to find in this modern age. And yeah, especially our Abyssal, you figure out that this is a warmint of sorts. So yeah, this has like some kind of offensive capabilities as well. It is like hardened against external influence and what have you. And yeah, there are definitely some ways of dealing with it. You see that there is some like a prayer station, what have you, that looks to have something, some kind of hologlyphic display to it that you'd be interfacing with the whole altar itself at its base. And yeah, I guess that's roughly where we're at. If you also have some questions.
Well, it's just striking me just how big a deal this thing is, and how irreplaceable it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't make those anymore.
They don't make them like they used to.
Like that anymore. Jeez.
And I probably like have this like this gut reaction of just this deep sadness, because I know that no matter how much I study, I will not be able to make something quite like this. I could not. It's yeah, no. I mean, I can eventually make some amazing things, but this is solar work. I cannot do this.
Can I get close?
Probably you could probably do something like that maybe one day. Like, you don't know the limits of capabilities because abysses are so new to it, but probably your chosen material
that's a good
would
point.
be soul
That's a
steel, what
good
have you. Yeah.
we probably don't have any way of knowing how good I can even get at things. Yeah, that's a good point. Never mind.
Like, yours probably would be like necrotech or what have you, and be made of soul steel, made of, I don't know, 10,000 dead people and other magical things, made of like some sort of dead behemoths, hecaton carries, and what have you. But it will be possible for you maybe to achieve something like this, but it'll be like 100 years of getting closer to this thing. But it's like a height of a solar's craftsmanship, and also made for like long time. You'd estimate that it took them a long time. It's like a crowning achievement of someone's career. Syrah, you were saying?
Yeah, I was wondering if I could get close enough to touch it.
There is a fence in your way, and there are guards nearby, so that's an obstacle you have to overcome.
Can I overcome it with sweet talking?
You probably, yeah.
Do you have some charms to back up your sweet talking?
I do have one that at least gets all of their attention on me. They might not agree, but they'll listen to me.
Well, and you have excellency.
It's true. I've got the respect commanding attitude. And I've got Excellency of the Blazing Sun, reflexively spent mode, one mode to add attribute and plus ability dice for essence rating +1. So I can probably just boost whatever I need, right?
Okay.
I guess it depends on how big of an ask this is.
Well, this would... You're telling the guards to stand down and let you pass. What intimacy do you want to ping off for these guards to try to convince them that you should be allowed to touch it?
I assume that one of their intimacies is probably to work in accordance with the governor's orders. And we have been ordered by the governor to investigate this whole case. So I definitely just want to have a closer look at the altar to see if I can find out anything about the current mishaps. Miki, stop it.
It's a very classic move. Name drop your employer.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
So you try to convince them by presenting the governor's orders. They look at it and they say that you need to have explicit orders to be allowed to approach the altar, which this isn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, but can I still use this as a basis to, try and do a roll for it?
Let's see. I'm going to tell you straight away that what you've presented does, you may be targeting the right intimacy, but you don't have the basis to kind of support that. But yeah, maybe they are loyal to the governor, but you didn't present them something that the governor lets you see the altar. So unless you have some kind of magical mind control here, you won't be able to convince them.
Yeah, no, I can only have them pay apt attention. I would have.
They are listening to you.
Yeah. But
maybe you have to create an intimacy first.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I could try for an intimacy that like makes them gung-ho to like save the city themselves. Like they could be heroes right now. Like their own decision here might be the thing that like the governor might praise later, and that where everyone else will say later, man, if the guards hadn't thought of that in time, whew, we would never have gotten to a solution this quickly or something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe a slightly less complicated way would be to instill an intimacy that they think that they trust you to solve this problem.
But I can't think of an easy way to instill that in them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like how do I get people who are like very all about hierarchies to trust the scraggly stranger to be like definitely the best bet?
Just flash them your case mark, and I think that will come naturally to them. Unless they live in a dragon-blooded society, which they do.
Well, they live in a dragon-blooded society. However, they are upright, and they harken back to a solar-led society. So you might not be an immediate, anathema, let's kill this thing. So, yeah.
Okay, so I guess you might just present yourself as in charge because you're a solar in that case. That you should definitely try.
All right, then can I just make myself blaze at will?
No, but you can display your case mark.
Oh, okay. Then I'll like straighten my back and be like, come on, who would be better to solve this issue than the master of the Aracacum? And I like whoosh my hand past my forehead real quick, at which I unveil my case mark that like shimmers in a golden light on my forehead.
Okay, does the Zenith cast mark have any like powers related to this? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Well, it immediately like makes it very clear to anyone who looks at it that they are dealing with a person of great power and import.
That they are Sophos. Okay, we got corpses, creatures of darkness. Okay. So you were trying to convince them to let you approach the altar based on the fact that you are a solar zenith.
Exactly. My logic is this thing was made by a solar. It's made out of orichalcum. If anyone can gain a better insight in it, it's me, a solar.
Flawless logic.
And one of the most solarist solar they can ever solar, because like, come on, it's a zenith.
Yeah,
it's very solar.
Okay, I'll let you roll manipulation and presence against difficulty of 9 to try to convince them, because their result is 9.
All right.
Can you? You can probably do an excellency for that, right?
Yeah, because you have presence as your cast. Yeah.
So I can use my excellency to like add another 6 dice to this?
Yes.
Yeah, however many dice you have, you add that many dice again.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right. Hit it.
And that stands for the excellency, and excellency because you're in the presence of the altar of heaven.
What did you say?
So
it costs
one has
2 modes.
Yeah, 2 modes.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay. That's fine.
Do you want to
So
fly
that
your anima as you do this? Because you can.
No, I don't think she can. I think that's not enough for her to blaze, actually. She's essence rating 2.
I think
Yeah.
it's your choice. You can choose when you spend essence. You can choose to blaze
Oh,
whether
really?
or not you're spending over the limit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You
Then
just
of
get
course-
better at not blazing as your essence rises. It just become harder to blaze. Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm definitely gonna blaze. What is the difficulty again?
The difficulty 9.
9. Oh,
It's gonna be fine. How many dice are you throwing at it?
I was rolling 12. Alas.
That still failed. Then again, wait.
Did it though?
Do the ones count? Is it a
Probably
case
not.
ability or a fable?
Cast.
Okay.
It's a cast.
Cast.
Oh yeah, but you
So they
did not
don't
roll
count.
any successes, did you?
No,
oh wait,
there is a
actually
10.
I did.
There is a 10.
One success.
1
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you get 1 success. I guess I'll say that they definitely bow down in deference to you, the lawgiver that you represent the self, and I guess they will acknowledge you as the higher authority than the governor here. So yes, you personally are allowed to approach this. Yeah, because they have the orders that anyone anyone that shouldn't be there approach whatever. But you, as the lawgiver, of course, are allowed to. This doesn't confer to your companions because, you still are allowed to have anyone else in. This is just the highest purity area, let's say. So you yourself can approach them.
Yeah.
As this happens, Calamities also averts her eyes from the blazing sunlight.
Yeah.
All right. Then I walk closer and just well, at first I just stand there and show clear reverence by just gently trailing the fingertips of one hand across the surface. And it's almost like I'm kind of trying to listen for if there's anything that I might be able to receive just from being here.
Let's see. Looking at your stats right now, you don't have any occult. You don't have any crafts. You don't have any lore. So the material definitely responds to your radiant aura and have you. There's definitely something that responds to your kind. The glyphs start to light up in a slightly different pattern around where you're touching it, what have you. But everything here is written in Old Realm, which I don't think you have the knowledge of. You don't have the context to understand, to interact with this. But the prince comes up, behind you, and would you like me to help you with anything here?
I'm just trying to get a handle of this, trying to understand better what it says, what on here has what function,
Well, it's very complicated. It's like many sutras to the true king, and he starts pointing out see these sets of pictogram. That is the name of the true king right here. He points to something on this, and this same pattern repeats 1,000 times all around this altar. And
I look at that pattern closer and ask him, how do you pronounce that?
Well, he says something in the old realm, like I don't even know what that would be.
Who knows what
Yeah.
that sounds like? It's never been established. I don't know.
Well, it probably will be close to Yozim, the Demon King, but it's the different first, like, something Z, something, I don't know, Bazi or what have you, True King, let's say.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this isn't like phonetical, it's the meaning of the glyphs themselves. So yeah, like a lot of people, like they'll be using Aldram to write out their names. They will be using it phonetically. And this is more like, I am the person in this age writing this as the words that have the meaning, not just sounds that they make. So it's definitely shorter than a lot of stylized old realm names you've seen that's more modern.
I'm wondering if I can approach this a little with harmony of nature approach in some way.
What does harmony of nature approach to? What does harmony of nature approach to?
I'm quickly opening
The Solar
the thing.
needs to never make a survival roll to wait. I'm just gonna read the flavor text. That's the important thing. The Solar becomes as one with the natural world. Even the most savage of predators will avoid rather than attacker. The world offers up shelter from extreme environments merely for the asking, and finding forage is effortless. I don't think that applies.
Wilderness survival. The only thing you can see that, you can feel the essence flowing into this area. It's going to feel the natural world like bowing in deference to this altar.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else that was mentioned in that too, but that was like basically the more advanced part.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to you anyway. You're not good fit. You need S3 plus.
Okay. It only
At S03, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I can't even try to activate this with modes or anything. All right.
Yeah. At S03, you'd be immune to even deeper environmental damage, like being, unable to breathe and so on. But I guess a prince would show the ropes and he makes like a ritual in deference to King at the small altar that's in front of this altar, and then you see some like hologlyphic displays light up in front of him and start displaying more of these old realm glyphs that light up in like a tableau and what have you.
The shiny glyphs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump on the altar and start pouring at them.
Roll me maybe dexterity and stealth because you're trying to get around the guards and did even stop a captain here.
Sure.
So difficulty 8, let's say.
I'm in cat form, which has something relevant for this. Stealthy. Stealthy does.
Oops. Sorry. I'll be right back. I don't need to do this. Oh my god. Let me out.
You're not muted, by the way. Are you okay?
Where they're in that other chapter. Sorry, trying to dig through the rules.
Yeah, definitely the lunar form powers need to be.
2 dice to all stealth rolls. Cool. So I have 12 dice for 12 dice for stealth. And the difficulty?
8.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, yeah. So even though the guards are watching for everything and chasing away any little thing that passes by, you manage to get around it, and yeah, you get the circle of the altar itself. So yeah, you have the hologlyphic display and what have you. And what would you like to do with it for class abatement?
I've had those visions of it. Did I see any of this in the visions, or was it just more broad and away?
I don't think necessarily you'd be interacting with it, especially during the time where the True King was around. Heavy. This was more like upkeep war. This is more for like some feasts and what have you. You're kind of like above this kind of level of, I know.
I'm just going to poke at some of the glyphs at random. The ones that look shiny.
Oh, they look shiny. Do you have any old realm?
Nope.
Okay, well, you try throwing out the various glyphs. Sometimes they react. Sometimes like move away from your paws. You move it. Sometimes all of them change based on like what you call there. I don't have you, but you don't necessarily see a rhyme or reason to what's going on here.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, the prince is there. And so would you like me to explain how this works, or I don't know, walk you through anything here? Like, what's the plan? Are we doing the final solution to this thing? Are we blowing this up now? He says quietly to Shen.
I'm nodding.
I'm leaning in very close and say, I'd like to wait with that for a moment. When we do it, it would be better if you're not present, so no blame can fall on you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Was that just on my end? Or is Chen cutting?
Okay. Was I cutting out?
Shen?
Yes, hello? Hello?
You're still cutting.
Yeah.
Hell, you're still cutting out. What's going on?
Okay. Maybe let's quickly close this and refresh things and so on. And we're back. Okay, so after ramming some technology, the prince was asking whether you're ready to blow up the altar, Syrah. What was Syrah responding with?
Syrah responded that she'd prefer to wait because she doesn't want the prince to be too close to the altar when they do the ritual, so there can't be blame put on him.
Unless any of you are sorcerers of the noble lineage, I have to be the one doing it. But don't worry, there is some time to escape the altar's presence after the ritual, so I'll be fine. And this isn't a big explosion; it's like a small kind of thing. I mean, you could make it big if you really needed to, but
no. I'm not quite sure. Ideally, I'd love to keep up the protective barrier against the Fae.
I mean, that's not possible if you get rid of the altar.
That is why I'm not. That's why I'm not sure yet.
While you're discussing this, I'm gonna reach into my pouch to get out river chart, and I have this expression in my face, like this dark expression. Oh, I am about to do something messed up, and then I feel around in my pocket and pull out a rock, and I just stare at the rock in amazement.
The cat looks completely innocent.
Does folklore statement have any kind of calling card to leave behind? Or is it just a simple rock?
Nope. It's just a rock.
Okay.
Yes, but also I'm not stupid.
Throw the rock at the cat.
I know exactly one person who could do something like this.
It's not me. I'm not good at stealing.
Exactly.
I paid for the child.
Well, so anyway, who would like to act next? Would anyone like to attack the prince? Is there some reckoning coming? What's going on here?
I don't want to cause a scene right here, right now. I will have to wait. That's not the time, I guess.
Syrah is still very conflicted because she thinks about all the poor people who, don't have high security at their fingertips. And she isn't sure if the what's it called? Danger, risk, threat from beyond the border isn't worthy taking seriously. But she also really does not like what this altar does to people, and especially not how it seems to be connected to class in this place. So,
Well, I'm sure there's someone who can tell us more about the Fey threat.
Yeah.
probably.
I mean,
yeah.
this is like maybe slightly better situation than like in the realm where like it's all about who you're born into. Like, oh, if you're born into the dynastics, you are, the patrician, as far as I remember, that's what they're called. Like, oh, unexalted, higher class, whatever.
Your dynast.
Yeah.
Patricians are the ones below the dynasts.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think dynasts are the actually exalted members of the family.
You can be both.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I got it now.
I think the term scion of the house implies that you're dragon blood specifically.
Yes.
The dynasty, it's a general term. But yeah, general in Dumbai, it is meritocracy. So you can be lowborn and by studying, by passing the exams, you can achieve the higher status and what have you. Of course, there is the classical thing like, oh, if you have more money, you're more likely to study. Therefore, it works out to be something similar, but at least in principle, there is more mobility between the classes. So it's not entirely as bad as it could be.
Or you could argue it's worse because it's an illusion of mobility.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess the prince was like, well, if you need to keep this thing, then I guess we should solve the problem of the altar. He starts tapping on the glyphs and, he starts pointing out something. See, this is like the readouts that it's giving out on the regular basis. And you see that the same pattern repeating over and over in the display. And it's marked in the, a red, more threatening color than the other ones that were more neutral, yellows, what have you. See, this says that it's a major sin against the carnal acts, something like that. Major carnal sin. Yeah, that's the more correct translation. It keeps... the author has been giving the same readout for the last 3 months. Before that, it was just minor sin, minor carnal sin.
What is a major carnal sin?
Well, it's pretty much what you what you think it might be. It might be. It doesn't go in much more detail than this. I mean, it keeps track of all the different transgressions, and this one's in the carnal nature. I'm not sure what could be causing something this dire, but we know that it's against the pattern and this carnal. It could be the number of things.
So, definitely something, intercourse related. I have a brief glance at Min before I say intercourse instead of any other word.
It could be intercourse. It could be, I don't know, something that prevents people from being able to, sire their offspring, because that's a major thing to think. Like, could be some other things still, but yeah, probably something to do with intercourse.
Wait. Preventing yourself from having an offspring is
Preventing other people. Like, if you go around and, castrate people, therefore preventing their lineage from continuing and making it so that the people can't have sons to worship them after the death, that'd probably be carnal in nature.
Excuse me, did you say worship after death?
Ancestor worship, a little bit, yes.
That's legal?
That's required. This is the realm, guys.
This
it's
is
legal
very
even in the realm.
No,
Well,
I don't think so. I
think it's regulated like all the other worship, but I'm pretty sure they don't do it.
I'm pretty sure they don't allow that in the realm because it's very dangerous.
Yeah, in the realm, you, of course, when you die, you need to have a proper, funeral. You have a proper period of mourning for your family, where keep your, painting of you on the altar, and pray to gods for your safe passage and do the reincarnation and what have you. But no, you don't get worshipped as the person that died. Like, what was it? I think tepid aradas, as in the windas. No, the what's the person from the Tepid Legion? Rose Black. Yeah, because she disappeared during the fight against the Bull of the North, whatever. If you have like some effigies of her, have you in the house Tepid, and that started to become what do you call it? Idolatrous? Because you're worshipping, you're praying to her after her death because she was a person of great standing, what have you. But if you keep that for too long, that becomes ancestor worship, and that's frowned upon. It's a very fine line to walk there.
Like it also makes sense because remember the Sidereals had a big hand in setting up the Immaculate Philosophy, and the Sidereals have a big interest in not giving too much power to the denizens of the underworld. That's just
sure,
safe.
but there's also things like there is some element of it because, for example, the Immaculate Dragons are worshipped, and they are also ancestors in a way, and things like that.
Yes. They didn't die. They ascended. They are like gods and what have you, or above gods.
They're just on a farm upstate where they can play with the other dragons.
Exactly. The thing is, like, ancestor worship is specifically you like worship your ancestors who have become ghosts in the hope that they will, reward you with great fortune and protection and stuff, like you would with gods.
The have become ghost part is not strictly part of it.
I mean, why would you worship an ancestor who is not a ghost? That's pointless. You worship gods and ghosts. So that they will protect you, that they will give you fortune.
Because there's reincarnations and souls keep going, and there's a lot of it.
Yeah, but this is Exalted. This is not the real one. This is Exalted, where the gods and the ghosts are very visible. So why would you worship someone who's not helping you?
Because they could, for example, have become gods.
Yeah, I mean...
it's complicated, and there's a lot of variations across the entirety of Exalted.
Yes, I mean, that's definitely true.
Yeah, definitely in Exalted, prayer is more utilitarian. It's like a transactional thing. You worship something because they look after the portfolio and they deserve it and blah, blah. So, you don't worship someone that you believe that have gone into the cycle of reincarnation and blah, blah. So, but definitely it's a strange thing for them to be thinking if you look at it from their realm perspective.
Yeah. And that is, of course, still my perspective, because I come from a realm satrapy
Yeah.
very much dominated by immaculate philosophy there.
So yeah, answers of worship. It's a thing over here.
That is very interesting. I would like to speak to some of these ancestors.
Oh, we could go to the shrine district. Probably there's a number of ancestor shrines there.
That is probably a great idea. Maybe some of them can even tell us more about, the handiwork of the creator of this.
Unlikely. That's like, this thing is. How long was the usurpation ago?
Okay, the realm is alive for about 700 something years. Then, I think 700 something years before that, there was the Balearian Crusade. And then, 1,000 something years before that was the usurpation, 3,000 years ago.
Syrah puts a heavy
more like
hand.
1,500 years, I think.
Sorry?
Syrah puts a heavy hand on Calamity's shoulder, stares at her, and goes, "Let me have this."
Calamity's over there, behind the fence, and you're on the inside.
I walk out of the fence to her side, put a heavy hand on her shoulder, look at her, and go, "Let me have this." Syrah is trying
close my
desperately.
mouth and make a motion of locking it with a key and throwing it away.
It's like Syrah is trying so desperately to find the positive angle here, and Calamities knows this state of mind. It just, please. Doing my best.
So, what else would you all like to do now?
Well, I mean, we already, this is already some good info. Carnal sin, huh? I guess I would like to get back into a more private environs, and then I would like to head to the Shrine District. Does anybody have any objections to that?
No, that sounds like a good idea.
All right. And then I'm gonna murder this fucking cat.
How dare you? She does not go
Not that one.
Oh. Okay, good.
You can try.
How dare you? What is your problem with the cat? Look at him. He's so adorable and innocent.
Sure.
I pet the cat.
Meow.
Okay. So, if you all don't have anything else here, you can let the prince go, and you can exit the Mulberry district and on your way to the Shrine district. That's what it's called. The Incense district. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to have a brief moment with the prince before we leave, where I take his hands again and say, "No matter what we do about the altar, I'll come back for you and get you out of here."
I'll keep you to that promise.
I smile and squeeze his hands again before I turn to join the others.
Would you like to take on some temporary intimacy for the prince, or what have you? That you
What did
want
you
to
say?
take him over? Would you like to take on some temporary intimacy about, saving the prince, or what have you?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take that.
Okay. Yeah, normally it would be a role. It seems that you would want something like that. So
Yeah.
intimacy for now.
Thank you for letting me know.
I would actually on this path. I would actually like to join Syrah in her palanquin.
Yep.
Okay, but you have to let Min braid your hair together with me.
No.
Okay.
All right, so what is up with you? Why are you doting over some snot-nosed dragon blood like that?
Because he wants out of snot-nosed dragon bloodland. And I mean, he did not choose to be born as literally the worst person ever.
Look, I don't know if it ever, if the dragon blood adventurism ever turns out well for anyone involved. You know how they are.
Yeah, but you gotta give him a chance.
Do I now?
Well, this was a rhetorical yeah. Meaning more me. I think he has some potential. He's got some, he's got some abilities. He definitely has some revolutionary spirit in there. I mean, he was the one who was immediately like, hey, how about we blow up the system of the city? I think that's a good starting point.
We'll see how he feels about that when he's down in the muck.
We will. And you know what? No matter what, I'm pretty sure this will be an important learning experience for him.
Sure.
I scoot closer and put an arm around Calamity and snuggle her a little, like, hey, pouty face, basically.
I'm just saying, when he stabs you in the back, I will be there to tell you I told you so. You know that's what they do. One of his knives would break. You got me there, I guess.
Min is in here with us, okay? Calm down. This is maid Calamities. I cannot believe it. No. But he is cute.
Sure.
I will admit that I might have a little soft spot for that too. Like, there's something cute about that.
I extricate myself from the arm. These things do not concern me. Let us focus on the task at hand.
Oh, so you never look? You never even have a sneak peek?
I think at this point, I'm gonna get in and park myself into Thousand Calamity's lap, purring.
There you are, you little miscreant. I fucking pull out the rock again and hold it right in front of your face. What is this?
I paw at it.
I stare as if I doubt Calamity's sanity and go, that looks like a rock?
He took the river chart. I need that.
Why do you think he did it?
Well, who else would?
Maybe you just lost it. I mean, you slept in a grave. Maybe it's still there.
I did not lose a priceless artifact.
I mean, we weren't going to use it anyways, right? Right?
I was. I mean,
what? Why?
Regardless of whether we'll use it, I will have that back. Do you hear me?
Purr. Purr.
He's a cat. He doesn't hear you if he doesn't want to.
There will be consequences. Just you wait.
You try some social influence on them. We will return this.
Nah, I don't want to overcomplicate this. Honestly, I don't want to overcomplicate this.
Sure.
I like the way this scene has gone.
Temporary intimacy. I will repay this to the cat. I will have my revenge.
I will be avenged on the cat. That's normal behavior.
Perfectly normal and balanced.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk to some ghosts. Wait, shit, I just realized it's probably the wrong time of day for talking to ghosts.
It's the afternoon.
Yeah, that's not great for talking to ghosts. But maybe there's someone else we can talk to in the instance district.
Let's see, who else do we even have?
Like, I don't think any of the NPCs you have at the moment work in the instance district or are ancestors priests and what have you. But
All right.
make someone up.
Oh, maybe.
Or yeah.
Maybe I should get Min set up somewhere where she can be safe while we talk to some spooky ghosts. Because I don't know if that's the right environment for a child.
Oh, please. She'll be fine. It's just a ghost.
I don't know. I feel like as a responsible young mother, I should probably make sure she's well cared for.
Look, she grew up in this place. She should not be this. She should not be disturbed by ghosts. Apparently, they worship them here. This is normal.
Min, how do you feel about ghosts? Min?
Yeah, sorry. Well, I heard that, if you get on the bad side, it's bad. So I was taught not to meddle with ghosts.
So, would you prefer not to be around the ghosts when we talk to them, or would you prefer to be with us when we talk to the ghosts?
Well, I think I'll be fine either or. I mean, you're here to protect me, so I should be fine.
It's true, you are perfectly safe with me. I pet her head very proudly.
Yeah, I think we can see the ghosts if that's what you want.
All right, but then you might want to take a little nap for now, so you'll be more awake later. And
Okay.
I just make it a little bit comfortable for her. Just like put some pillows together so she can snuggle up a little bit.
How do y'all feel about talking to the royal censor, Liang?
It sounds like
he's
good an
here
idea.
to investigate corruption, I guess. Maybe that's helpful.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Like we need more people investigating, fun times than corruption, given what we heard.
Just for understanding, when it says royal censor, does that mean he's like from the actual king of the entire what's it called? Like the actual kingdom, or is he appointed by the local governor?
Royal Censor Yang has been sent here by the regent themselves, or very high up from the capital, and he is high enough in the totem pole to investigate the highest levels of crimes. So, if you want to, imprison someone like the governor here or the prince, even the people like him are the ones you'd call upon. So he's has the highest credentials of all the censors.
I see.
He's in that category.
Might be an interesting perspective to get on this whole thing.
Yeah, I agree.
On the other hand, maybe Mother Fu Han could tell us more about carnal sin.
That's true. That is the better lead. Well, maybe let's start with a carnal sin while Min is still taking her nap, and then go for the ghosts. And if that doesn't help us further, then we can still visit the royal censor tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that works.
Sounds good. Okay, so you make it out of the Mulberry district. The gates close behind you. You let out the palanquin, get your goat and zombies back, and what have you. You can pack in however you like, wherever you want to put them in as well. If she's supposed to be sleeping in the palanquin, that's fine. Whether you want her on the goat. And yeah,
Well, she won't have to look at the zombies when she's in my palanquin. Zombie-powered palanquin.
Yeah.
Syrah, oh my god, Min will probably be so spooked of ghosts. Also, Syrah travels with fucking zombies and lets Min be carried around by them.
Yep. Normal stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, you know.
Well, are the zombies dressed somehow? Do you have, sort of burial veils on them to cover them up, or they're just, full on flesh rotting off their faces, shambling zombies kind?
Yeah, they are. Like they are just very nakedly horrendous to look at. That's kind of the point.
Ah. Okay, well, it's definitely disturbing to a young child and everybody else around here, but, well, I guess they'll have to live with this.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, from here you are heading towards the Silver District. That's where all the merchants are to meet Mother Fuhan. Okay. On the way there, you see some voluptuous harlot that's wearing leeks on her feet and has a chicken in her hand that's plucking the feathers from standing in your path and throwing those feathers towards them like, "You divinities!"
Divinities?
You guys respond, or you just go past?
I did not quite understand what she said.
Yeah, what was that word?
You say, "You divinities."
Oh, divinities. That's me.
Oh dear.
I pause and smile at her expectantly.
She throws some freshly plucked chicken feathers, towards you. I invoke the God-ruling invocation. I demand that you give me a singing voice.
What voice? A singing voice?
Yes, I want a lovely singing voice, she says, plucking the poor chicken.
Oh, well, first off, I don't know if plucking the chicken will help you with that. And secondly, I don't think I can bestow a singing voice.
Oh, cat? I thought you could do anything. You're one of the new divinities that came to town, right? That pillar of light was you, wasn't it? It was one of your friends.
Oh, I could absolutely, start voice training with you. How you project your voice and stuff like that. Practice to make it sound nicer. But, I can't just, hand you a good singing voice. That's not how that works.
Oh, that's not how it works? I thought that's how it worked, that you grant wishes. That's just, bawling her eyes out slowly.
Well, a big part of having a wish granted is often being the one who grants it to yourself,
That's not how genies work.
Oh, I'm not a genie. I'm just a golden appointed special person by the sun. That's a bit different. I'm sorry.
I mean, what's the difference? You're still all powerful, aren't you?
I mean, approximately, but not in that way.
Eloquent. Just
I'm pretty powerful. All powerful. Yeah. Depends.
Fira, you do not have to listen to every dang weirdo who talks to you on the street. You should be above this.
But I'm not.
Perspective.
This is solidarity with the working class. We've always done this.
That was then. This is now. You have bigger fish to fry.
You don't have
So you acknowledge your
anything-
mortal life. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I sigh and put a hand on the woman's shoulder and go, "Look, there are people here who can teach you how to sing. You don't need a genie for that. That ability is just within you the entire time. It's just a matter of practice and
He
devotion."
starts welling up. Like, no, it's not. I've tried for years and I don't have a singing voice and I tried everything and it's not working. So I need some divine favor to get that, some sort of sorcery. I need help. So that's you crying, ugly crying, mascara running.
Well, we are not, or I'm not good for sorcery, but have you considered asking for an audience with Prince Xiao?
He wouldn't see me. I'm not, good enough for that sort of clientele.
So, Calamities, what if you and the cat, go on and I'll just real quick walk this girl over to the prince? I'll be
Sira?
right back.
No. Sira,
But-
forget it. Sira, no. Again,
he-
no.
He'd love to
Expect it.
help.
We have important things to do here. You cannot
and I'm
take
not
her
gonna
to the
stop-
Mulberry
I'm not-
District. They are going to crucify her there.
While
Are you
they're
kidding me?
arguing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop behind the palanquin, turn into human, and walk around and talk to the lady. So, has there been anything weird going on with the people in your profession?
Oh, damn, that's actually a very good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
'Cause you're too focused on trying to control your sister.
It's true.
Keep distracting her for a bit, by the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the twins are arguing in the background.
Well, still through her tears, she's, no, I mean, the business hasn't been so well since the storm started. I mean, everything's more miserable now, but I don't know. What do you mean specifically?
I don't know. There's rumors that the storms are caused by some carnal sin, so I was just wondering if something strange had been happening and somebody had just, I don't know, found a new kink about chicken feathers and something.
No, there's the God ruling invocation to compel divinities to grant you wishes, but no. I mean, sometimes you have some weird people asking for weird things, but I mean, that's the nature of our work. Every now and then you have some creeps, but not much has changed in the last year, 2 years, I don't think.
All right.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well, thanks for that information. Do you know, is there somebody that runs, things that I could talk to get some more information?
I mean, if you want to talk to Madame, they're all over the was it the flower district, I believe. Yeah, they're all over the flower district.
All right. Thank you for your help, and I hope you find somebody to help you with learning to sing. I myself have no idea how to do that.
So anyway, does Sira want to continue interacting with this, or are we all moving on? Does Thousand Calamities tell the zombies to continue despite Sira's protest?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm very sure that Sarah eventually is just dragged to the palanquin by her ear. And just
Well, you have your gold. You're an independent person.
I'm gonna drag her with the goat.
Oh no!
The zombies take out some oats and make the goat follow them.
Oh, poor thing. Yeah, Syrah definitely loses that battle.
Okay. So yeah, you continue onwards to the Silver District. Okay. So yeah, this is the district of merchants. You definitely see a lot more people selling their wares. You see some guild houses even around here, and what have you. Definitely a lot more silver flowing to here. There's a lot more, I know, more exotic merchants, not just like fishmongers, iron dealers, and what have you. This is definitely where the business is going down. And among all those buildings here that maybe look a little bit better than most of this town, not much. There's one place that looks gaudy, very opulent, but unrefined at the same time. You see a lot of color in every little, plank of wood that it has, and it's very clashing and what have you, and it's like standing a story higher than most things around here and what have you. And from that, you know that this is the house of Mother Fu Han.
Yeah, I'm back to being a cat. I don't want to see this.
This place is giving me migraine.
Turn to cat, see only in black and white. There, this is more bearable.
Yep.
This looks so fun.
The cat just stares at you when you say that.
Syrah is beaming like she's a child looking at a candy store. It just looks so colorful and lively, and she loves it.
This place is going to be great when it's dead gone someday.
Rude. Anyways, I make sure again that Min is sleeping nice and tucked in. I basically tell my goat to keep a close eye on her, and then
The goat pokes his head into the palanquin.
Very good. That is exactly how I envisioned this.
I tell the zombies to stay and not eat anybody.
Especially not the child.
Especially not the child.
If you really get a hankering, go for something else. I beg you.
But also don't. Just don't. It's fine.
Just don't
worry. They know the pecking order. First it's you, then it's your hanger-ons, then there's the goat, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
These zombies know what's up.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you make your way into the house. They give us some servants. You get into the foyer, which is similarly bright and colorful, what have you, and has multiple large paintings done of some sort of older-looking woman that's towering above there, and some like smaller man somewhere on the side of it, usually. And what have you. And yeah, eventually you're welcome into the audience with Mother Fu Han in her study, her business room, what have you. Definitely has a lot of accoutrements of trader or some merchant, what have you, ledgers, books, what have you. Desks, definitely business going on, various like weights and measurements and things like that. Yeah, there are still those towering paintings of this woman and her like middle age and have you, and yeah, you see her in the flesh. She's over there looking like a merchant, dresses like fineries that are more expensive than like fashionable, perhaps. Yeah, she's definitely like 40, pushing 50 at this rate. And yeah, she's, a bit maybe...
So she's mortal?
Yes. Yeah, well, from what you can see at this rate, she looks mortal. But,
All
hey,
right.
Exalted, could be anyone. Could be
I guess.
She doesn't have any...
That matters because that means she might be 40 or she might be 400.
Yeah. From what you can see, you don't see any evident aspect markings or anything else that would give some exalted nature away in the sense.
Well, she could still be a lunar, but anybody could be a lunar. You never know. You never know.
You could be a lunar. I could be a lunar. Wait, no.
This cat could be a lunar.
Yeah.
This very cat
looks
right
offended.
Lunar, disgusting.
Never heard of her.
Yes.
Welcome. I've been expecting you. Please sit down. And she claps the servants, bring you teas and other drinks as well. The whole, bar pretty much whatever would you like. So, what can I offer you?
Yes, tea. Thank you.
Plum wine, please.
Yeah, she has plum wine. She, offers you whatever you like, then, choose the servant out. And, okay, so, how may Mother Fuhan help you today?
Well, we are here to investigate and hopefully solve this issue you have with your old magical doohickey.
Altar.
Yes, so I heard. You've made quite a name for yourself, even, in this day of operating. I'm impressed. Everyone's talking about you.
Yeah, what they're saying.
Oh, that's... The governor is showing his weakness that he needs to enlist some foreign aid to help solve this problem. That, strange, exalted heroes from abroad are coming in and investigating, asking questions, making a show in the city. Their powers, might.
It definitely does sound like something some people who have to buy affection need to say to bolster their own ego.
So, what brings you to my humble abode?
Well, we are still investigating, so I suppose we would like your take on the situation.
Well, I'm just a simple merchant, but I do believe that all of this is caused by the governor himself. He's embezzling taxes for the people. He's taxing us way above than just rational. He's bettering all of us and spending on his vices. I know, probably boozing or, I know, hereditary harems and so on. I mean, I bet he can afford a lot of vices with all this money that he's stealing from us poor merchants.
Do you have any proof of this allegation?
I mean, yes. She goes to the door and pulls out oh, here, look at this. This is a declaration for the governor that there's emergency taxes being levied upon the population above what's required, and she put up multiples of those, and all in different dates, going back months at this rate. He keeps asking for more and more taxes, and honest merchants can't make a living here.
Wow,
well,
you
that
have
is
done some
interesting.
That's some thorough documentation. Syrah definitely takes one of these and looks at it and probably doesn't understand any of what these numbers are saying. But she looks very interested.
Are you literate? Do you know the local tongue?
I do know forest tongues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you,
if you know the local dialects, you can read and so on. Yeah, that pretty much says what she's saying, that this is emergency taxes by the order of the governor, and it's
all right.
everybody has to give more money.
But you do not know. You do not have any proof of what he's spending that on, do you?
I mean, I don't have access to his ledgers, and even then, probably he's hiding all of that. Just hear rumors from people that he's good vices up the wazoo. I mean, he's an awful person. I mean, I don't have any hard evidence. If I had, I'd have given it this censor and we'd be done with this. But it's not that easy.
Should probably try perception empathy to see if she's lying to us.
Okay, perception empathy.
I'm not great at that, though. I hope somebody has empathy.
Well,
I have like one dot.
Well, see, that's something.
It's more than 0 dots.
Exactly.
Well,
try.
Matisse, you're the one that's interested whether she's lying. You roll. What comes out of it comes out of
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 8.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna go great.
Ouch.
That did not go great.
Did you botch? You botched.
Yes.
Okay, she is saying the truth. Pretty much like she believed this wholeheartedly, that the governor is the awful person that's behind all of this, that if you get him, eliminate him, give the censor anything to latch on to arrest him, send him to the capital to recall him, that will solve all the problems that Yizhao has. It'll be a better place for everybody, for the common people. All of that, she believes it to be true.
I would love to also roll, though. May I?
Yeah, sure. Roll it. What suspicion do you have of her? Would you like to figure out?
What makes me perk up a little is that she has such far-reaching documentation, and it just feels weird if she didn't if she wasn't already building a case much earlier than would make sense to be curious about that in my head. So I feel like she's trying to get us to accept some angle here, and that's weird.
I mean, there is the obvious conflict of interest, right?
Yeah. So roll difficulty 8. Perception and empathy.
Can I just use my excellency again for this? Oh, sorry.
If you have empathy as your thing, then yes. Empathy cast. Yes, you can use your excellence. And you're immune to rules of 1.
Nice. So that is perception plus empathy. That's 4. That's 8. Okay. 8 for 8. Oh. 8.
4 successes. Okay. One success, 3 or more successes may reveal an intimacy. Let me look at what I have written out for Mother Fuhan for intimacies. Definitely get her intimacy that she hates Governor Jack. And what you're gonna from how she's telling it, everything that she's gathered, while she might believe that it's true, it's not enough to convict a governor of a crime specifically. So, even if you ask probing questions, she explains that what the governor is doing might be immoral and might be harming everybody that's living here, he is within his power to do this because he's the governor. he has no authority to impose emergency taxes as he sees fit, unless someone higher up contradicts. So it's legal, but it's immoral.
But like the reason for her anger is real, yes? Like the fact like she isn't angry at him for just any other reason, but because she believes in this corruption and the damage he does.
Yeah, she is angry at him because he's stealing all her money and the money of all the other merchants. And because of that, life is more miserable than it needs to be because of these emergency taxes, because she cannot accumulate wealth, she cannot do things with the money that she wants to do. She's stifled by the governor, and she has no recourse because she's just a merchant.
Okay.
My heart bleeds for the poor capitalist.
I was about to say, like, sad little capitalist can capital as much as she wants.
Well, this is the age of mercantilism and so on and so on. So, yes, there are merchants that do an honest living, but there's also the guild, of course, that gouges everybody. So yeah, do with it what you please. Yeah, that's how she's selling it.
I scowl at her.
Well, you think this is what the altar is punishing?
I mean, yes. What else would be punishing if not the corruption of the highest station of the city?
Oh, pretty explicitly some carnal stuff, actually.
Well, there you go. Obviously, he has, a lot of lovers and what have you. Probably ordering some different women, maybe also men, and so on, for his various weird carnal acts he does in his palace. I'm not privy to what's going on there, but obviously he's up to no good.
If he did, wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't somebody know?
I mean, he has all his military people to keep everything quiet. I know they might be bringing them in their carts and what have you, shipping them secretly, and so on. He has the means. I mean, he's a dragon-blooded. He can hide things with the place with this nature. Have you? So beyond him to be able to cover it all up.
I suppose that's true. Hard to say. It still seems far-fetched, but he is dragon-blooded.
He is dragon-blooded, and they are the scum of the earth.
Yes, and
I'm sorry, I said
should not underestimate them. Princes of the earth is the
term.
I mean, there are some that are less bad than the others. I wouldn't paint all of them with the same brush, but definitely the one's the bad apple.
I must say, I'm honestly surprised that you say this so openly.
I mean, I'm surrounded by like-minded people in this district. Everybody knows that the governor's, an awful person, that the life was better under the previous governor, and have you. Then, I know many people here that had to sell their own children to brothels to be able to pay the taxes, continue living here, so.
That sounds like a major carnal sin.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about the pattern. That's probably the purview of beautiful Sage Faye and her similar sages, but I mean, it's more about slavery, I guess. I'm sure, forcing people against their will into such professions is definitely something that probably should be a sin, but I'm not sure that's how the law of the True King would see it. I'm not a sage.
All right. Could I see the rest of your books for the entire, time that these storms have been going on? How long has that been again?
The storms have been going on for about a year.
All right.
Like, okay, sure. She starts pulling out big, thick books, each by like different month, and so on. Yeah, she pulls out like 12 of them. Like, oh, I think this is where the storms started.
All right. Well, then I have a look at if I see any patterns there.
Okay.
Like mostly I'm checking if it's if the taxes map onto that somehow.
Okay. Perception, bureaucracy, difficulty, let's say 8. Or I guess intelligence and bureaucracy, because you're analyzing it's not about.
Yeah, that makes sense. Though I'm not great at bureaucracy, so this is still probably gonna fail. Let's see. 8, you said.
It's 8.
Well,
is that a botch or is it
no?
Oh yeah, you had one success, but a failure.
Yeah.
Well, it's the amount of information that's presented here for you is overwhelming. Like, you are a learned person, you are a dynast, as far as I remember. But this is merchant ledgers. So, like, okay, you have things going in, things going out, fees, taxes, bribes that are on the books, and what have you. She accounts for every little detail, have you, and the numbers eventually just start becoming noise and so on and so on. And she starts going like, oh, see, like, there's something around here. She points to like one of the pages in like one of the first books, and right over here is like an emergency tax, and like, I think that was a day. Yeah, I think that's where it started. She points, and like, it's at least the same day of the week, definitely, and it does match up that it happened like 12 months ago. So yeah.
Well, but it would have to be sustained. I don't know if this is enough for to actually mean anything.
I mean, it's not the only tax. I mean, she starts flipping it over and like, oh, okay, here's another emergency tax, and there's another emergency tax, and there's the increase in taxes over here, and so on. She shows you a pattern that she is taxed too much, definitely. Definitely the numbers are bigger than, I guess it should show you like, hey, this was taxed before, the government started imposing them. This is the things after, and yet the numbers are definitely bigger.
I ask if we are allowed to compare the taxes against her profit margins in the same amounts of time.
I mean, sure. I mean, you have my books right here, so roll intelligence bureaucracy.
Oh, no. Disgusting.
Difficulty 9.
No.
Because it's to calculate things, actually, not just look at it.
Yeah.
I'm exceedingly clever, but I am not. I do not know a lot about bookkeeping.
You spent 1 willpower to lower the difficulty by 1.
Oh, fuck, I forgot that's a thing you can do.
The cat is going to roll to figure out the maths.
Do it, cat.
There we go. I failed.
I'm going to do it too.
But I did not botch.
Difficulty was 9? Yeah.
Difficulty was 9.
If it's a bit of willpower, I would have succeeded.
I would also have succeeded if I'd spent the dang willpower. Why?
I'm going to spend a willpower on this. Maybe I shall succeed.
Nope.
Wait,
Alas.
Alas.
You all should have spent
Well-
your willpower instead.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
you start
Absolutely.
looking at it, and she eventually starts, give you, okay, like, look at the numbers at the bottom. This is the thing for the whole day. And look at, the margins aren't that great. This is like within a couple percentage points of, what I, need to break even. So,
After a few moments, Sarah's head is absolutely swimming. And she's like, checks out, I guess.
yeah. It's not that she has like a 50%, income margin here that she's trying to hide. No, this looks like she's barely scraping by right now.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true. I trust her fully on this.
Have you considered
Yeah.
having less goody shit?
Well,
Right.
does the cat speak, or is that out of character?
That sounds okay.
Meow, 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 meow. Oh, what a cute cat you have.
Yeah, adorable, isn't he?
Well, this didn't help us much.
Well, definitely the governor is behind all of this. And, he sees himself as above the law. There's nothing us common people can do. But, there is a small opportunity coming our way.
Oh,
So, tomorrow, the governor is sending a shipment of silver. This is a quarterly taxes. It's like a couple tons of silver that he's sending down the river to the capital. If he somehow loses shipment and was given back to the people, that would be a big egg on his face that maybe he tried investing it as stealing it from himself or the regent. Obviously, it could be painted that he's behind all of this. So if some intrepid adventurers would make sure that something like this happens, I think everybody here would be grateful for the return of that stolen silver.
Yeah, if only anyone could do that.
only.
Just blatant disinterest.
Interesting. So, well, definitely. Well, okay. I one question I have. If this corruption is so blatant, then why hasn't the censor done anything about it?
Well, I believe it would be best to ask the censor. He's been doing a very thorough investigation over the last couple of months, but if the governor is hiding this and this is in his turf, then it might be really hard for the censor to get the exact details that he needs to prove that the governor's doing something. Because, a word of a servant might not be enough to convict a dragon-blooded. It needs to be some concrete evidence to be presented to the court, because we are dealing with people in the highest echelons of power. Hearsay isn't enough to convict them.
Yes, I suppose the dragon-blooded mostly care if their kin are scamming them rather than mortals.
Yes. Would it be grand to just take one of them down, and she'll try to convince you, Calamities, based on, I don't know, do you have an intimacy against Dragon-Blooded that you should
Not
take this dragon down?
specifically. Not specifically, no.
Okay, do you have any intimacy that's similar to this that would you think would work?
Well, I have deposed gods and topple heaven's order, but this is not that.
Yeah, you were specifically, that was Yizhao that you were going. And no. she doesn't have any purchase. She cannot try to give you an intimacy or try to convince you otherwise.
Yeah.
Again, I guess she could try inspiring you that the governor shouldn't be in power, I guess. So be an inspiration.
I guess she could.
Okay. Let's see. Let me look at what that is. Being persuaded. What's the difficulty? I guess it's against your willpower?
Willpower should factor into it somehow.
Where is it?
It is.
If you target is another protagonist, is their willpower rating between 3 and 9.
Okay.
Oh. Well, my willpower is 10.
10. Okay. Let me look at it.
So the difficulty is 9 then, I guess. My nature is visionary.
No,
and my vision is marching on heaven.
Okay. Let's see. Slash roll. Now I get to play with this thing. Difficulty 9. She watched this roll. Okay.
Oh boy.
So she tried to convince you to take down the governor, to inspire you that the governor needs to be taken down, I hate it was in. And you can see that she's desperate, that she's trying to get purchased at anything here. And your resolve is still against her for the remainder of the scene. She cannot do anything to you much because it's a botch. You see her for what she is, that she's trying to game this. Do with that what you will.
Mm-hmm. Your manipulations will not work on me, mortal. I am as cold and hard and inevitable as death itself.
Yeah, she looks a bit flustered, like, oh, well, I wasn't trying to manipulate you then. I mean, I'm just speaking with passion. Yes. I mean, I just got really excited to see someone that's, who looks out for the common people. She's lying here, to see her bare.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were trying to manipulate us. Sarah just adds in it. Nah, I'm pretty sure you were trying to manipulate us.
Well, I'm desperate over here. But
you should just know that in the end, all will be equal. All will be made equal, and this time is coming soon. So enjoy your wealth while it still matters.
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
As Calamity is making this pitch, I'll just jump onto her lap and start rubbing myself on her, just to. Yeah, I'm just trying to break her, to make her speech incongruous and like.
She starts absolutely trying to pet you. And as for you cannot take this with you. In Exalted, you can. It's called grave goods. You just take whatever, you burn it as an offering to the dead, and then it comes into the underworld. So you can definitely take your wealth into the underworld.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what comes after.
That's what Cyril was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, you can't take the 12 of you.
Sarah is probably not even aware of that, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. This is out of character. Okay. So, well.
Do we have any way to push this advantage? Is there anything could ask her? It's difficult. She's probably not going to tell us anything.
I mean, you currently have her at her back foot, so definitely could try pressing some advantage here to get something more out of her or get something else.
Ask
Look.
her if she's doing anything weird with her businesses. You know,
Yeah.
the ones that she doesn't.
Sorry. Look, you are talking about the governor's vices and all, but the best way we could find out stuff about that might also coincide with what the altar is doing right now is if you could manage to get us in contact with some people from brothels right now, because it seems, according to Prince Xiao, that may be the direction most of the disturbance comes from. So if you're this hellbent on the governor having anything to do with that, the only possibility we have to find that out is to talk to some people from that business.
Yes, I definitely can get you in touch with some people that run a brothel. Give me a second. She starts going through her mind. Let me think about some name for this thing. I guess figure out you want anything else from her, and it's come up with some name here.
I think. I think this is also the perfect time to say. And if you actually do know anything about Major Carnal Sin that you're not telling us about, you'd better do it now, because if we find out another way, that's not going to end well for you.
Okay. You know what? Roll me persuasion. I guess difficulty 5, because you have her on the back foot, to convince her to spill the beans under the threat of violence, let's say, or living or what have you. So yeah.
Is there any way I can use performance for this?
You're not singing to her. You're not dancing aggressively at her.
I mean, not yet.
I should have done this in writing.
See, in our other game, we had a character called Killer Queen that was a performance-based thing, and yeah, she was angry dancing at people quite often just to get that thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, that would be, I guess, charisma, presence.
All these things that I try to do that I am terrible at. Zero, why can't you be intimidating instead of...
Okay, difficulty 5. So it shouldn't be too hard. You can also use your willpower to lower it by 1.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna spend willpower to lower that by 1. Let's see. Well, that's success.
Okay. So I'll take a brief pause here so I can prepare for this, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back. Okay. So first of all, to Chance, you were asking about someone for the brothels. She gives you the name Madame Silka Soft as Petals. I'll put that in the chat in case you want to talk with someone that does that. And since you've made such a grave threat on her, and she's at your mercy here, 1,000 calamities, she searches, real deep into her psyche for everything to give you, and she comes up with one of that. Oh, she heard some rumors that there are wives that are disappearing from the city. It's really strange, because usually, if you're getting married, if you have children, whatever, that elevates your status as a woman. What's really strange, a lot of them were pregnant, which again, normally this isn't the kind of demographic that runs away, because having a child, especially if you have a son, that elevates your status, that, gets your mother-in-law out of your hair, because you have offspring, therefore everything's good now. your part in society is good. Everything works as it's intended, so you don't have your in-laws pestering you to have children, to pestering you to have son, don't have you. And kind of women are disappearing for some reason. You try saying, well, maybe that's connected to the governor, but you know that she's reaching here. That's probably not. Probably something else. But yeah,
that is definitely interesting.
That is fascinating.
And that would fit in with a description of preventing procreation in some way, perhaps.
Yeah.
It
definitely sounds like carnal sin might be involved.
Definitely something related to carnal stuff in some regard. Let me just see whether she knows anything else. Probably no. Probably that's it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, well, that's good then. We have a new contact and some important information.
So, in this revelation, you still know that there is a tax shipment leaving tomorrow at noon. If you want to do anything with that, if someone here's a cat burglar wants to burgle a large amount of silver, that's definitely on the table. And you know that she hates the governor, of course, but her reasons are that he's taking away her money pretty much, and she doesn't have any concrete evidence to pin against him. She did try to work with the censor. She's trying to get him everything he needs to get this governor canned, but she didn't find anything to pin on him.
What a low, wicked creature.
Okay. With that, unless you guys want to talk about any of the revelation you've seen, it could be wrapping.
Yep. After we leave there, I'm gonna go back to human form and talk with the others. And the disappearing women is worrying, very worrying.
Absolutely, yes.
Is that woman just dumb? Because the idea of stealing a shipment of silver that's taxes going back to the king so that you can distribute it to the people, that's just going to make everything worse.
Is it?
Yes.
I mean, it would get the governor in very, very hot water, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but the king is just going to want his silver now.
Yes. But who does he get the silver from?
The people.
No, he gets it from the governor. The governor gets it from the people.
It doesn't matter. In the end, it's the people that get fucked.
That is true. That is absolutely true. And it shows you that her true intention was probably not to help the people. Helping the people would probably entail something like trying to curb the governor's power wherever possible, or get the king to lower taxes. I don't know.
She's obviously self-interested here.
Yeah.
But I guess what we've got is that he'd be sending shipment of taxes plus the extra taxes that he's taking on top of it. You might not know why yet. And she wants to take this and put it back to the people. So even if the regent will send some people to collect more taxes, people to have the money to pay those taxes, and it was still less than the government's taxes plus extra taxes that he's still putting on top. So still people will be coming up ahead.
I have my doubts.
See, the way I see it, this is actually the perfect place to steal the money, like the way it's in her interest, because it has already collected taxes. And there is a limit to how much you can squeeze the people before they're going to revolt and burn your house down, right? But the money is in his hands now. And if it gets lost there, then that's his fault. So
Yep.
he has lost the money.
Oh,
He can't quite so easily re-raise it. And it is his responsibility to make sure that it reaches the capital.
So the governor is
Especially-
going to be in hot water, but
yes,
shit always flows down.
Exactly.
that's true.
Probably how it works. The governor gets in hot water, especially if she manages to pin it on him. Probably his estate will be, garnished, if not outright, whatever he'd be executed, maybe. If he'd survived, then he'd be down some large amount of money that probably he'd want to make back by taxing people more in the future. Not necessarily that he'd impose instant taxes right now, because the Regency isn't in dire money needs or something like that. So they could say, okay, we got stolen from whatever, so search for it. But it's not like the whole thing's collapsing. Okay, tighter budget for the next quarter, and so on and so on. It's possible that, that whatever, because, you can expect 100% tax rate. So, so instantly people come in and steal from the local people to get those taxes because it's necessary for something.
Yeah, they would probably be more interested in making sure this doesn't happen again, which, might mean replacing the governor with someone who is competent and doesn't lose shipments of money.
Yeah, definitely the way Mother Fu Hound spin it, if she could, that the governor is possible, he'd get replaced, if not after executed for this stuff, and this place would get a new governor for sure.
But yeah, I absolutely agree. We should not do this.
Yeah, it's a horrible idea. She was definitely trying to goad us into something unsavory there.
Yes.
She didn't think stealing the shipment of taxes is beyond you. You guys are clearly exalted. You're clearly above this. You could pull this off.
Oh,
if you guys think you can pull this off.
Oh, we could totally pull it off. The question is, I don't think it makes anything better.
Yeah.
Lines your pockets, if you want.
I don't need money.
I am already rich. I'm probably just gonna get richer as time goes on.
Yeah.
And I don't much care for money. Nature provides. It's fine.
Think how many families would feed off of all that money.
I mean, yeah, but the problem is, if you give them money, someone strong is just gonna come along and take it from them again. You usually have to dismantle the whole systems around them, and then they'll usually be fine even without money, because they can keep the fruits of their labor.
I mean, abolishing capitalism, replacing it with communism, of course, is always the answer, but
of course.
In the short term.
Anyway, and at some point while Calamities is not looking, I give Syra the money that I took from the slaver, telling her this is for men's needs.
That is so rude.
Thank you. I guess I should consider men's needs. I put it safely away, not recognizing that it is exactly the same amount I paid earlier.
Wow.
I mean, how perceptive are you?
It's fine, I think. Let me just...
3 and 3?
Probably 3?
Yeah, 3.
Perception 3, awareness 3. You might notice that it is maybe the similar pouch you've seen that guy put it in, or what have you. If you want, it's up to you.
Yeah, no, I want to be oblivious. It's fine yet to me.
All pouches look the same. It's fine.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. If you guys don't have anything else to chat about, we can wrap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a wrap.
Okay, then. We'll figure out what you guys do with this information next time. But for now, I've been Peter.
I've been G.
I've been Bröckchen.
And I've been Siegfried.
And this is sponsored by Nobody, signing off.